Welcome, Transformer fans. Today's a very special episode for Transformers, the animated cartoon series, where today we are actually going to be reviewing the animated movie. And the reason why this goes here is real simple. There is a lapse of time in between Bot, which is season 2, episode 49, and first Five Faces of Darkness, which is part 1, which is season 3, episode 1. But the animated movie falls in between them. So let's go ahead and get started with reviewing the animated movie. By this time, we ended in 1985, and on Earth at the time, and we have advanced into the year 2005. And the movie starts out with this planet moving towards space, and it comes up to this other planet with sentient robots on it, which they could be Transformers, they might not, I don't know. But it winds up devouring the planet, and as it's devouring the planet, we hear one of the inhabitants saying, "It's Unicron! It's Unicron!" So here is our big bad for this movie, Unicron. And we find out it's now the year 2005. The Decepticons has overtaken Cybertron, and the Autobots are relegated to having bases on the moon, on the two Cybertron moons, and they realize they're low on energy from raising a 4-hour assault. So Optimus Prime instructs Ironhide to take a fleet of Autobots on the shuttle to go to Earth for more energy so they can strike. And Ironhide shows some resistance at first, but once Optimus explains why he's sending him, he gets it, and okay, we'll go and do it. So in the meantime, as this conversation was going on, Laserbeak spies on Optimus and Ironhide's conversation, and goes and reports back to Megatron what he found out. So Megatron pulls out a full-scale assault on the Autobot ship, and they go and take the ship back, and the Decepticons attack the ship, kills everybody on the ship. Brawn, Prowl, Ratchet, Ironhide, whatnot on the ship. As it approaches the Earth, we catch Daniel, which is the son of Spike and Carly, Witwicky, and which are now since married. Sparkplug is no longer around. Apparently, he's passed on with the other Autobot allies in the sky, and Carly and Daniel are now married, apparently, even though it was never alluded in the movie, but I would think they are. And they have a son named Daniel, who hangs around the Autobots. And Daniel's with Hot Rod going fishing. So they spot the Autobot ship and decide to go to Lookout Mountain to watch it land. And Daniel spots a hole in the ship, which Rodimus looks into it and sees it, or Hot Rod looks into it. He's not Rodimus yet, but you'll find out later what I mean by Rodimus. But Hot Rod looks into the ship and sees Decepticons. So he starts to attack the ship. And Cup, who is also a new character, discovers that Hot Rod is shooting at the ship, and goes ahead, and when Hot Rod tells him it's been raided, the Decepticons attack. So they go to transform Autobot City, who is now the Autobot headquarters, and ironically is a Titan Master, but you won't see that until season 3. But Hot Rod goes off, and they go help Springer, another new character, and another new female Autobot in RC. And we to transform Autobot City into a base. And of course they go and take over and they rebuild. Oh, sorry. I had a real bad itch. But they salvage what they can, and this leads to a ultimate battle between Megatron and Optimus Prime. And this is the part where, if you're a toy collector, you work in the toy business, then when product is cleared off the shelf, they gotta find a way to eliminate the discontinued toys, the discontinued product. So this was a very controversial move by Hasbro by killing off the Autobots anyway. But they wound up killing off Optimus Prime, which hurt a lot of kids. But everybody that knows war, even Hooded Cobra Commander 788, when he was running his channel, even said this: war comes at a price. And the price for this war on this day for the Autobots and the Decepticons were their fellow Autobots and fellow Decepticons, such as the Insecticons, Ironhide, Brawn, Prowl, Thundercracker, Skywarp, and whatnot. And it had to come down to also Optimus Prime and Megatron, because they had to get the new toy lines out. So they wound up killing off Optimus Prime. Megatron was very badly injured. And the only thing that was hanging on was he was functioning. His computer relays and his mind was functioning. Other than that, he was non-functional. And the injured Decepticons, like the Insecticons and Skywarp and Thundercracker and Megatron, were on their return back with on Astro Train. Astro Train says, "Hey, we need to lighten up this load so we can make it to Cybertron." And so Starscream leads the Decepticons to send the injured Decepticons off into deep space, where they run into Unicron. And Unicron say, "Well, I'll give you Megatron. I'll make a deal with you. If you bring me back and destroy the Matrix of Leadership and show me that you destroyed it, I will grant you a new body and, new troops to command." Which Megatron accepts the deal, and he gets reformatted into Galvatron, the new leader of the Decepticons. And the injured Decepticons become Cyclone or Scourge and his suite, and Cyclonus and his armada, and whatnot. So they go to reclaim over the Decepticons and say this is what's going on. By this time they show up on the Decepticon headquarters, and Starscream was going through this whole coronation kind of thing to claim himself as the king of the Decepticons and the new leader. And Galvatron is like, "Well, you the new leader of the Decepticons, that's just bad comedy." But and whatnot. And Galvatron reasserts his leadership, and the Decepticons go ahead and agree to follow him, and they go to wage war on the Autobots to claim the Autobots Matrix of Leadership, and eventually destroy Unicron all at the same time. So in the process, the Matrix of Leadership, Autobot Matrix of Leadership, has been passed to Ultra Magnus, who really wasn't the chosen one that the Matrix had in mind. And him and a group of Autobots go off, and the Dinobots, Cup and Hot Rod go off with his one spaceship that they call Quintessa, with the Quintessons, and RC, Springer, and Ultra Magnus is on their part of the ship, going out to somewhere else. And Ultra Magnus gets destroyed by Cyclonus. Galvatron takes the leadership, takes it back to Unicron. Eventually, they wind up meeting the little shorty, Wheelie, and whatnot. Blur is also introduced in the movie, and quite a few other characters is introduced. The Junkions, who put back together Ultra Magnus, and Fexy goes and, it leads to where it's Hot Rod and Galvatron inside of Unicron, and fighting over the Matrix leadership. Fexy gets back into the hands of Hot Rod, who opens it up and becomes the new leader of the Autobots, known as Rodimus Prime. And he winds up destroying Unicron with the Matrix leadership. Megatron gets hurled out into the distance. And this ends the Cybertronian Wars. So we think. As of the animated movie, it ended it. But it does reignite later on. But, that's pretty much where we left off. 2005, get ready to go into the 5 Faces of Darkness, where the Autobots and Decepticons meet a new enemy in the Quintessons, but we'll go into that as we go into the 5 Faces of Darkness. But, summary of the movie, because I got to do a summary here. I would rate this movie, as far as I'm concerned, and this YouTube reviewer concerned, it was the best thing to happen to the Transformers G1. This was an excellent movie. The key roles a lot of the kids didn't like, and then Hasbro lost money. Sunbow lost money for this because of the deaths of Optimus Prime and and whatnot. But it wasn't a needless killing. Hopefully these kids which are now adults now, and since the animated movie is now 40 years old, going to be 40 years old now, this movie was awesome and had to go the way it went. We had to lose Optimus Prime, we had to lose Prowl, Ironhide, Ratchet, and all these guys, so that way these new characters could actually have their time in the spotlight for season 3. So I think those deaths were really, really important to the story, and to move the story along. I was one of those ones, I didn't like Optimus Prime's death, but I accepted it. And I accepted it meaning, knowing that it had to move the story along. Because, toward the end of season 2, with the exceptions of, War Dawn and the creation of the Autobots and the aerial bots and the Stunticons and the Combaticons, the ending of season 2 was getting really, really stagnant. And getting really, really old, they were running out of stories. And I even mentioned this in the last video. They ended season 2 on a filler episode that should have been mid-season. And, or at least added a couple more episodes to it to make that episode fit better. But the animated movie was actually placed where it needed to be, with the content that was in it. Had to be there. So I will rate, on a scale of 1 to 10, this animated movie is a 10. At least from this reviewer standpoint. It was a really excellent movie. I love watching this movie. And to even hear a Weird Al Yankovic song played during this movie was just, it was mind-boggling to me. And, because I've always been a huge Weird Al fan. And for those that know me and my friends that know me knows I am a comedian at heart and I love comedy. So just hearing a Weird Al Yankovic song in this movie 10 out of 10. And so let's go ahead and see where season 3 takes us. This has been the end of this review. And until all are one, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.